Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be talking about TSM 4, which I now have finally. We're also going to be talking about the release date of TSM 4 and my general first impressions of the add-on. But yes, first of all, TSM 4 has a release date. Whilst everyone's been preoccupied with the new patch 8.0 and all that, TSM sneakily announced in their blog post that TSM 4 is going to be officially released on July 28th. So that is in 9 days' time, July 28th. Which is pretty crazy. I'm quite excited about that. Seems to have snuck up on us and all of a sudden it's going to be coming out. I know lots of people have had it for months and months on the beta, but this is going to be the official release. So hopefully the release that is bug-free, you'll probably be able to get it from the Twitch App Store, whatever you call it, where you download your add-ons, so that's all exciting. But yeah, the reason I didn't get it earlier, like I say, some people have had it since the end of 2017 on the beta and alpha, whatever. I was just waiting for it to be almost done. I've been quite busy. I didn't really want to make the change. Maybe I was scared of change. I never like change, guys, but I have to say the change is very, very simple. It's very easy to use. It's very seamless. You don't really notice the change that much. It's very easy to change. So we're going to be going over a few of those things, how to switch from TSM 3 to TSM 4. And then we'll look at some of my first impressions. This is not going to be a guide, so if you've never used TSM before, then maybe look at one of my other TSM guides, which hopefully I'll remember to link in the description below. But this is just going to be a general kind of first impressions, what I think are the positives and negatives. This is going to be an honest review, so it's not going to all be good, but to be fair, it's going to be mostly good because it is an awesome add-on, and I'm very excited to be able to use it. Anyway, if you guys want to get TSM 4 now and get ready for its official release, you can just go onto the TSM desktop application, go into settings, and then where it says release channel, you change from TSM 3 to TSM 4, and it should all update for you. It's very seamless, it all happens very quickly. You keep all your groups, you keep all your operations. I think maybe one of my operations encountered a slight bug, but apart from that, literally everything was very seamless, and it just swapped over from TSM 3 to TSM 4. But in terms of the major changes, for those of you who've never seen TSM 4 in action, it's mostly just the general layout, the general interface. It's been changed to be a lot more easy to use. It's quite nice to give your accounting data here. I don't have any because I haven't done anything on the TSM 4 yet. All your groups still the same here, obviously a different layout. You can look at the operations separately. You've got your ledger here where it just says, that's basically the accountancy stuff. It just says all the stuff you've got. And the inventory feature, which is coming soon, they say. Operations, very easy again, just here, import, export, and then all the settings just like normal. It's just in a slightly different layout. Now, probably the main thing that requires getting used to and is quite different from TSM 3 is the whole auction house layout. Now, I did actually kind of like TSM 3's auction house layout, where you could see your general auctions down here, and you could see like Auctionator. If you had that installed, you could quickly go to that. And then the TSM ones across here. Remember, it was all in that layout, very easy to use, and it kind of kept the same classic WoW auction house style layouts, which they have kind of changed, unfortunately. This is probably the only thing I don't like about TSM 4, but I have to say I have been getting used to it. I've only had it for a few days, and I really didn't like it at first, but now I'm getting used to it, and to be honest, I really don't mind it now. But that is the main thing that you require getting used to. You can, of course, switch back to the normal layouts, but yeah, and then you'd have to go on Auctionator if you've got it. I've got it disabled at the moment because of patch 8.0. Loads of bugs, but anyway, you can easily switch between them. But this is probably my only criticism of TSM 4 would be I'm not that keen on the layout of the auction house. But there are so many positives we're about to go into that I'm sure you guys won't mind a little change. As always, things have to change, guys. You can't stay the same forever. But anyway, guys, here we are, and we do have different tabs. So we've got the My Auctions tab, which is basically just where you look at all your auctions that you have. You can sort of rank them, buyout, bidder, whatever you want to do. You can filter by how long it's got left, just like on the other TSM. And then you can just clear filters. It will go back to showing all your auctions. And if you do want to cancel one or any, then you can just press up here and then just mouse wheel if you've set that up. And you can just start cancelling them like that. So very, very easy. At first I was wondering, hey, where's the cancel all button? But actually it's just the same. You just have to click at the top and then scroll down just like you would with cancel all. So it's pretty much the same thing. So that's all easy to do. So next we have the auctioning tab. So this is the main tab. It's where you post and it's where you run your cancel scans. And it does actually save the recent things you've looked for, which is kind of cool. And it shows you all the items in your bag, which you can just quickly press on to post, which is kind of cool. So right here I have rain cooler robes and I can just post that right there. So very, very cool. Next up we have the shopping tab. Again, this is where you buy stuff. It's got all your favorite searches. It's got your shopping groups. And you can also do the other stuff, the vendor search, the great deals search. If you have TSM Premium, that's especially useful. Though even without TSM Premium, you can import it. And then we have the sniper search, bid sniper, buyout sniper. And the sniper has seen some improvements. It's easier to use. It's easier to quickly snipe something and then carry on. It's basically just a lot better than TSM 3 sniper, so I'm very happy with the sniping function. But anyway guys, one thing I am super excited about is how fast TSM 4 is. It's probably the major improvement in my eyes, along with the profession stuff, which we'll talk about later. But that and how fast it is just awesome. Now, it used to take me so long to cancel all these things. Maybe it's going to be slower if patch 8.0 has killed some stuff. But no, look, it's running the cancel scan nice and quickly. And you guys don't know how long this used to take. And you'll see in a bit, the mailing is even better. TSM mailing is ridiculously quick now. I have no idea how that happened, but somehow they made it super quicker. And it's just so good for someone like me who has so many auctions. It just makes it so much better. Anyway, look, it's just scanned all of my auctions. I can quickly cancel them all. There we go, confirming. And now I'm going to go to the mailbox and I'll show you guys. Right, so here we are, 41 mails. This is the new TSM mailing, by the way. So the total gold you've got shows down there. And then you've got the different ones. You can just send general mail. You can send the groups like you would do if you wanted to send. You just crafted some stuff, want to send it to your bank alt. You can do that just like in TSM 3. So that's all pretty similar. Then they also have this, you know, the automatic refresh thing, which is kind of cool. You can just press that and reload. But yeah, here we go, guys. If I just press cancel, look at how quickly stuff starts showing up in my bags. It's actually not quite as quick as usual. I don't know why, maybe because I'm recording. But anyway, it is a lot quicker than I'm used to. And yeah, I really do like it. And yeah, maybe 8.0 messed that one up a bit. But you guys will see how much quicker TSM 4 is, particularly opening mail. It's really nice. I've also made some nice sales recently, so that's all good. And again, if I want to go and post the stuff, then I can just quickly go there, press post, and it will start posting using all my operations from before. Really, really nice. But yes, here we go. And now I'll post everything. Easy, easy, easy stuff. Now, like I say, I think the speed of TSM 4 is probably my favorite thing about it. But there's also a couple of other things that are the major changes. If I had to say there were 3 major changes, that would be the crafting, which we're about to go over. It would be the speed, and it will be the general ease of layout, particularly for newer players. What I mean by this is they've actually put all items in a default group, and I think you can change the operations of the default group. Yeah, here you are. But they actually do have a default group, which is really, really useful because it means someone who's completely new. And I always get comments from people saying, oh, I just got Trade Skill Master, I've just got some random Murloc fins in my bag, I just want them to be posted, but it's not posting them. Do I have to add them to a group? Why don't you have them in a group? Blah, 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 blah. Well, now that new player can literally just go up to the auction house, and this will be in a default group, and then it will start trying to post. There we are. Unfortunately, it won't post because it is below the min price. But most of the time, when you've got a normal material that's not something silly like a Murloc fin, then you will be able to easily post your stuff. And like I say, you can just change the default operation. And yeah, I just think this is really good for new players because I think a lot of them get kind of disillusioned and upset with TSM when they can't just easily post something like a material they've just farmed. And this will kind of stop that error happening. And you know, even if it's not the best, just a default operation, it's still better than nothing, and they're still going to get their stuff on the auction house. So I think TSM 4 has done a lot for the newer player. It's a lot easier to see as well, and it's just kind of cool. So I'm very glad that they've done that. Anyway, guys, probably the best thing about TSM 4 in my eyes, along with the speed, is the gathering and crafting and how they've completely revolutionized the whole crafting. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but just for my first impressions, it's so cool what they've done. They've made it so much easier. So if you press on one of your professions, it will instantly load loads of stuff. You just got to get used to the layout. But yeah, there's so many cool things. And one thing I really love, they've actually put the TSM sale rate right here, or the general sale rate of the auction house. So again, it'll stop you from crafting those things that say it's a really nice profit but just has such a bad sale rate it's just never going to sell. For example, I'll go down here, I see a soul fibril. Wow, 5,000 profit. Do people actually still buy that? Well, actually, yeah, 0.14, pretty good sale rate. For those of you who don't know, I say sale rate, anything below, basically below 0.04 isn't good. Though for a transmog, 0.04 is good. But in general, kind of 0.02 and 0.01 you want to kind of avoid, particularly 0.01, that's like the lowest. But everything else is actually pretty good. So we go down here and say, wow, look at this, 800 gold for Tome of Illusion Draenor, 0.1 sale rate, really good for something that's basically a transmog. And it is really good, we know that the Tome of Illusions sell really well. So it just lets you really easily see this kind of stuff. And again, even if we go down to the old world stuff, wow, look, 1,400 gold for Mighty Versatility. Actually, the sale rate's pretty good. So people still buy this thing. It's not just a completely dead one like Major Dodge. Obviously, that would be dead. Mighty Versatility, people actually do still buy, maybe for twinks or leveling, whatever. So it's really cool how they've done that. Now, if we go across a little bit, they've got the latest things you've crafted and all that, which is kind of cool. Basically made this whole reports thing. It's like a whole kind of company. They've got all this professional stuff. It's so cool. All the different materials and stuff that you've got. And then for the gathering, and one really cool thing is the task list right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this at all, but it's so cool. So it basically just shows you your daily cooldowns, and I think you can change it, and it shows you your other stuff. It shows you the stuff that you've been told to gather. So this is basically everything that TSM wants you to do, and it's probably the smart crafts, you know, when there's a daily quest or whatever, you could come up here. I still haven't really investigated it too much, but it's really, really cool. So stuff that's like a daily craft, I can then just press craft and straight away, oh look, I can still make a Secrets of Draenor enchanting today, so it'll craft that. Oh look, I can still change make my shard crystal, I can still make my temporal crystal, and it's just going to do all that that's profitable, which is kind of cool. I don't really know why it's all kind of see-through and weird until you mouse over it. You can probably change that in the options, but if you can't, hopefully they'll add that. But anyway guys, yeah, there's so many cool features. It's so much more advanced how you can gather stuff, because that was the main problem guys, the kind of gathering and the adding stuff to a queue for crafting. That always did have some issues with TSM 3, and they've really fixed that. I absolutely love how they've just done this. It was actually really difficult, if you didn't know how, to remove stuff from the crafting queue in TSM 3. But now, if you just, so I'll go onto my groups, I'll go onto enchanting, I'll restock my enchanting group, and then it posts all the things that I can craft and make with my enchanting group. But then if this stuff I don't want, say I don't want 4 enchant bracer major dodge, like why would I want that? I can just remove them. So much easier than it was before. And again, I can just go down and see what there is, what's good, what's not so good, and I can easily just remove them from the crafting queue, which is really, really useful. And like I say, I can easily just add something, say Word of Crit, might add another one of those to the group, and there we go. Queue up. And there we go. Anyway, here's the profit we're going to be making from that enchanting group. Costs 80k with 130k profit, which is really nice. And it's all been added to my task list. So again, we can already craft some stuff. We can buy some stuff from the vendor. We can go to the auction house and buy all these things. And then we can go on our alts and send ourselves over. They've even got a little log out thing right here. So they've made the whole crafting thing so much easier. I'm going to be doing some new reviews and some new videos on the crafting because I think it's just awesome what they've done. But I think they've really kind of revolutionized how easy it is to do. First of all, you can just do it all manually if you want. And they've revolutionized the whole gathering function, which was a bit of a mess before, let's be honest, sometimes. And it did take a bit of getting used to. And there's all these different things, like if I just want to ignore my alts, then I can just take them off there. Sometimes I can't be bothered to log over. And then, yeah, we can just get crafting and it's going to be awesome. But anyway, guys, that is my general review of TSM 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I say, My only real concern, or the one thing I don't like about it, is the auction house layout and potentially how it's slightly more difficult to post single stack items in my opinion without TSM. But I'm still getting used to it. Maybe there's easier ways that I haven't quite realised yet. But apart from that, everything else I really like. It's a lot better than TSM 3 in my opinion. It's a lot faster, it's a lot easier to use for beginners and more advanced players. And the gathering has just been completely revolutionised in my opinion. The sniping's better, the mailing's cooler, everything is just really cool. And I hope you guys check it out. Like I say, you can download it now, or you can wait till the official release and then download it. And let me know what you think of it, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, see ya.